Happy good afternoon once again to all the participants who are joining this virtual workshop on essential skills for the professionals. I once again welcome you all to this virtual session, and I'm thanking you all for all your kind support and taking active part in all the sessions. And I got feedback from most of the participants. They all are enjoying this workshop and the different talks being delivered by the distinguished speakers. Today also we have with us Dr. Mayank Yuras. Before I introduce him, I will just give a brief introduction about the topic. We all know that research is a very complex process which involves a lot of practice to come out with a fruitful result. And in this process, searching the literature and searching the information is very, very important. And if we do not find the proper information, sometimes we get misguided or we do not reach to conclusion the way we want. So on this occasion, the particular topic which we decided is smart searching and review tools for researcher. And to deliver the talk, we have with us a very young and dynamic professional, Dr. Mayank Yuras. I request all the participants to please join me to welcome Dr. Mayank Yuras. Dr. Mayank, we all welcome you to this virtual workshop. Before we start the session, I would like to give brief introduction about Dr. Mayank. Dr. Mayank is a young library professional currently working in the capacity of assistant librarian at Central University of South Bihar. He graduated from Delhi University and completed his master and doctorate degree from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He has been conferred gold medal for securing highest marks in master degree from BHU. Dr. Yuvraj has more than 8 years of research experience. His research interests are emerging technologies, library technology, cloud computing. He has also worked extensively on cloud computing, open source hardware, Li-Fi technology, GIS implementation in libraries. To his credit, there are more than 40 papers and 4 books in reputed SCI and Scopus journals. His recent book on cloud computing in libraries has been published by De Gruyter, an official partner of IFLA. He has also been part of All India Radio talk shows. In the capacity of library in charge, Dr. Yuvraj has been instrumental in developing library services at Central University of South Bihar. He implemented library automation software there, also implemented institutional repository software, electronic resource management software, one search portal, subject guides, and drafted library policy for Central University of South Bihar. He also associated himself in different administrative capacities to set the beneficial standard for self and organization as well. It is really pleasure to receive him today on this occasion, and I think he will be the perfect, you can say, he will deliver his experience in his research because I know him personally. He's very good friend of mine, and he has written a very good article. So we will definitely learn a lot from him. May I request Dr. Mayank to please take over the session and deliver the talk. Over to you, Dr. Mayank.
Thank you, sir, for the brief introduction. First of all, I thank you for considering me suitable for this event and inviting me. So let me share my screen so that I start my presentation. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay. So first of all, a very good afternoon to all of you. Now, the topic for today's discussion is smart searching and view tools for researchers. We are living in an era of smart generation. Like we are, today's discussion is smart searching and view tools for researchers. We are living in an era of smart generation. Like we are, today's discussion is smart searching and view tools for researchers. We are living in an era of smart generation. Like we are, today's discussion is smart searching. So you must be seeing my screen. There is one fellow, and I think most of us during our research period must agree with this cartoon. There is enormous task of literature searching and literature review. And at some point of time, we feel that we should have a supercomputer who could do our work of searching and literature review. So let us first start the basic. When we talk about research, it is a general perception, and most of us agree that research is basically searching again and again just to generate new knowledge or to find a solution to a problem. But there is one major objective of research which most of us don't focus upon, and that research objective is to place the research outcome, whatever we are getting, in between the existing pool of knowledge. So it is the most important objective. And since we are library professionals, we are dealing with the universe of knowledge. So we should try to place our research or use such tools so that our knowledge is placed in between the existing knowledge. And if we train ourselves in that direction, we can guide others also, because most of the researches that is being carried on, that is being duplication, like it has already been done. And you might have heard about the cases where the data that is being manipulated. So that is not the objective of research, because huge amount of public money or government's fund is involved in the research process. So in today's lecture, I will focus upon two things. First is literature search, and then second one is literature review. Literature search is the preliminary activity of a research process where we start searching literature just to find the research topic or just to find what has been done related to your topic. Now, if we talk about the information seeking technology, there are mainly two technologies on which information seeking process it is based upon. The first technology is pull technology. Like we have been using Google, and what we do, we open Google in a web browser and we search the information and we try to pull information from that search engine. So this is the old method where we had to we had to go to fetch information from a website. But these days, in the era of smart generation, we are facing the technology called push technology, where the information that is being directly delivered to the user as push notification. There is no need to visit the website again and again to find the information. For example, if we have downloaded apps like Geo Magazines or Hindustan newspaper, Jagran newspaper, you can see the screen. It automatically delivers the notification or news through push technology. Similarly, in Google Scholar, if you set Google Scholar alert, there is no need to search information again and again. What you need to do, like you need to add a keyword and set the priority, like how you want to that information to be delivered. If you give an email ID, whenever any new article is published, the details of those articles along with the links that will be notified in your email. So you can feel the shift. How earlier for searching information you had to visit Google Scholar to fetch information, and now that information that is being delivered as notification in your email, just like your smartphone. So now the thing is that how we can use this push technology in research. So frankly speaking, till now, no any like foolproof solution has been developed for libraries or research to fetch information. But the thing is that if you see the trend of library, like in the field of information technology, there has been three trends. The first one is that like some software solution that has been developed for the library. Then the second trend is that like that software or technology that has been developed in some other field, and we alter and modify that and we use that solution in our libraries. And the third phase is that where we work in collaboration with other technology to implement or customize that solution from the point of view of libraries. So since there is no any foolproof solution for push technology, so we need to do slight effort to fetch the research information. So now I will come to my topic, that is literature search. Whenever you are doing your PhD work or you are going to write a research article, you would have faced a situation like when you search for a paper using a keyword on online databases, you find say 10 or 20 papers. Okay, when you read these 10 or 20 papers, you find that when you go through their reference list, then again you collect some references which might be useful for your research. You collect those papers. Then there will be some papers that your research supervisor or the person with whom you are collaborating your research, he might suggest like these three are papers, you can add that also. Then there will be some papers which your research supervisor would have written, and he or she would ask you to add these papers in your research. So in nutshell, the conclusion is that in your research process, you take total documents, you take it, print out a photocopy of it, it might be say 248. And the paper you actually read out of those 248, it might be say 107. And out of reading those 107 papers, there will be only 5 papers that you would have understood it clearly. And lastly, frankly speaking, there will be only 2 papers which will be relevant to your thesis. But if you see the thesis in the literature review part, you will find 100, more than 100 references. So we are just cheating ourselves. We are not doing the real research. So this is a big problem of literature searching. Like for the sake of numbers, we are just adding the references, but that does not have any relevance to our research. So what is the solution to that? So from my research experience, I will suggest you 3 tools that you can use. First one is Google Chrome extension. Like extension are you must have used Play Store where you download apps in your mobiles. Similarly, in the browser, there is a feature of add-ons or extension. Add-ons and extensions are small programs or utilities which gives a customized web experience. So with the help of these extension, you can create a solution or a customized web browser which will work on push technology. Then the other solution that I'll be talking about, that is Google Scholar. And the last solution will be academic search engine. Whatever solution I am talking about, I have covered in a way that, like, there are mostly some professionals or some students, don't take it personally, who fear from information technology. When I talk about programming or commands, they fear. So in my lecture, I have covered some basic tools for the beginners and some advanced tools also, where not much but slight knowledge of programming or slight knowledge, if you have interest to information technology, then you can customize that experience for yourself. So these are the 12 Google Chrome extension that you need to download to create a customized web browser for yourself that will as work on the basis of push technology. Now let's have some practical demonstration. I will take all these three tools that I have mentioned one by one. Is my screen visible?
Yes, please go ahead. It is visible.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, Dr. Mank, it is visible. You go ahead, please. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So first solution that I mentioned, that was academic search engine. So most of you will say that we are used to Google, then what is the need of academic search engine? So first let me tell you that Google is not a exhaustive solution for academic purpose, because there are some information like your master's dissertation, thesis, some report or some conference proceeding which is locally available, which is not indexed through Google, and you cannot find those solutions. So there are academic search engine which has been designed for academic purpose only. So it's better if you start using academic search engine for your research purpose. If you want to, there is an exhaustive list of academic search engine on Wikipedia. If you search on Google, you'll find enormous list. And this is the basic approach. I don't recommend it being a library professional, because it is a basic approach, it is a beginner's approach. So here you see there is an exhaustive list of academic search engine in this Wikipedia page. So depending upon your subject, you can use any of these tools, any of these search engine for searching information. I won't go much into the detail of that, because most of you must be familiar with these tools. So the second tool that I mentioned, that is Google Scholar. Google Scholar is a very powerful search engine for academic and research purpose, where you find very information related to your research. But to use Google Scholar to its full potential, you need to create a profile, or you need to log in through your Gmail ID in this. This is my Google Scholar page. I have logged in through my Gmail ID. Now suppose I need information on cloud computing. So I can search here directly. Now you see, when you search cloud computing, you are getting information related to its citation. You are getting information of articles related to this. Besides this, when you click on this quotes, it will generate citation also, the format you see. MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, Vancouver. These citation is also generated. There is no need to write citation or references. You can just copy and paste it. Paste this. Besides this, you might be seeing this star. Now, with this star, you can save this reference in your library. Like when I click on this star, you see it comes as saved in your library. So this is a preliminary beginner approach. You can use advanced search feature if you want to use the Boolean operators and or not. Suppose I want cloud computing information related to library. See what it does. It matches the keyword cloud computing and libraries wherever it is there in the text, and it will bring the result. Likewise, there is an option like no, I want to find the keywords in the title only. Or suppose cloud computing without the words, which means not gate. Okay, so I'm trying to find information on cloud computing, but it should not be related to libraries or librarians. So I will use the command without the words. You see, now it has brought the information with cloud computing, but it does not have libraries or librarians. Similarly, you can search information on cloud computing if you want to search that information by author name or by some journal name, or you can filter this information by year also. So this is about searching. Beside this, Google Scholar offers you the facility to create profile. This is my profile. In this profile, you will find all the publication related to which has been published by me. And against each paper, you will be seeing the number of citation. And one of the biggest advantage of this tool is that suppose you want to know that who are the researchers who are working on cloud computing in libraries. So these are the keywords or expertise that I have mentioned on my Google Scholar profile. When I click on this cloud computing in libraries, it will list the profile of the researchers who have the interest area related to the level cloud computing in libraries. Similarly, if you want to see the profile of experts who are working on open source software, I will click on this and it will list the name of experts or profiles who are working on open source software. Beside this, it also gives the information about citation also. See, with the label open source software, these are the researchers who are working on this area. So this is also an important feature of Google Scholar platform where you can find researchers related to your interest. Now suppose this is the author who is working most closely to your research interest. You'll come to Google Scholar, or you'll search by his name to find his publication. So what you can do, it gives the option to follow. You can add your email ID, and it will give the information like related to the new citation or new article that the researcher has mentioned. So this is also an important feature. And see, this is the best example of the research of this author again and again on Google. If you set the alert by clicking on the follow button, the information will be automatically delivered to your email ID. Besides this, you will be also seeing the co-authors list with whom this author has collaborated. By clicking on this, you can open the profile also. Besides this, it also offers the feature of alerts. By clicking on the alerts, you can create automatic notification. Like, see, I've created the notification. You need to click on create alert. You need to type the query. You can type anything in this query. Suppose you want to get information of new articles published by a researcher or by a keyword, you can enter this and your email, and your alert is created. And the screen that I showed you, it will deliver the information in your email ID. And you can click on your library and you can see those star mark papers that I showed you earlier. Like when you search for a information using the keyword, give the option to star mark. That the star mark adds that paper in your library. So this is the list of the papers that I have star marked. You can select them, add it, you can add a label to it, and you can create your own library related to your interest. Like you can see, I've created the library Cloud Computing COVID-19. So this is the best tool for research and information searching purpose. Besides that, one of the major problems that I have personally faced, and most of you would have faced that, like when we search information, there are two types of paper. One paper that is freely available, that is in open access, that can be easily downloaded. Beside that, there would be some articles which will not be available free of cost. They will ask you to pay some fee, or your library might not be subscribing to them. So it is also a big problem. So what you can do, that suppose if you don't get the paper, but even if you get the papers related to it, like recommendation we get on YouTube or Amazon shopping sites, that is also of great help. So these things you can do through Google Chrome extension. And for research purpose, I will suggest to start using Google Chrome, because the 12 extension that I mentioned in my presentation, that will best work on Google Chrome only. So in order to install those extensions, You need to open the web store. Just search on Google web store and just send that to Play Store. You open the web store and search those 12 extensions that I mentioned one by one and install that. I will just show you one example. Here you get the search button. Suppose there is one extension that I mentioned, Lazy Scholar. See, since I have already installed this extension, it says added. Otherwise, it will give the option to install. Okay, so likewise, you need to search all these 12 extensions in this Chrome Web Store and install one by one. And once you installed it, you will see these icons in your web browser. You can see I've installed all these 12 extensions. Now let me show you an example that how these extensions work, and you will be surprised to see that how much useful these tools are. You might be aware about Science Direct database. It is the database mostly used by the researchers to find information. But the problem with Science Direct is that, like, all articles in this database are not free. So I'm just opening Science Direct. Okay. So I will search for cloud computing. Okay. So when I search for cloud computing, it gives me this amount of result. And when we move to the search results, like suppose this is the first article and it says it is open access. Open access means that this article is freely available. When you click on this, it will be downloaded. See, okay. So this is the first article that I have taken, for example, which is available as open access. It is available and I can download it. The second example I will take, that is of closed access. That means that paper is not available free of cost. You need to subscribe it or purchase it. Okay. So this is the second paper and this is the first paper. And you might have noticed, like when I open this first paper, which is freely available, like these icons you might be seeing, like you can see this bar, this icon you'll be seeing, this icon, this icon, this icon. Similarly, in this closed access paper, you'll find these notifications similar to this. So these are the extensions that I had installed, those 12 extensions. And the moment I start working, they automatically start their work. Now this paper that is not freely available. Okay, so this is the bar of Lazy Scholar that I installed. It gives the option to cite. If you click on this quotes, it will automatically copy the citation like I showed you in Google Scholar. If this text would have been available in open source, it would give the links here, full text. Then it will show you the citation count, the related citation, alt metric, journal rank, comments, everything you will see. Then it also gives you the option to share it on Mendeley or through email. Then you can see this code discovery option where you can find the similar papers. Like suppose this paper you can't get it, then you can go with the related papers that you can use. Then this is open access button. It will also try to find the source. Like sometimes even if that paper is needs to be subscribed, most of the authors add that paper in academia or researchgate. So by using this button, it will fetch that whether this source is available in open as an open source repository or not. Then this is unpaywall. Like it tries to search through the sources. If it the PDF or free version of this article, if it can locate, it will give you the link. Now the two important tools that I have mentioned in this extension is that one is Cite and the other one is Scholarity. Like this site, it gives the details. Like in social science, particularly, we need to write like this author argued this author supported this. So this site button it gives a summary of that, like how many author mentioned it, and you can see that how it has been done, how that authors have used this reference in their work. And suppose when you search Science Direct, you see how much information it has given. But it's not practically possible to search or read all the articles. It will take a long time. So you can use this Scholarity button. Now see what magic does it does. When you click on this Scholarity button, it will give you a summary, two-line summary of the entire paper. That means there is no need to read the entire paper. Just by going through the summary of this tool, Scholarity, you will be familiar that whether that paper is relevant to your interest or not. So think how much time does it save? Let me show you. See, when I clicked on a Scholarity, it gives the title, then see the key concepts that have been presented in the study. You can see the abstract, and the most important for you is Scholarity summary. Like in few words, like without going through a paper of 12 or 16, 18 pages, just by reading through the summary, you can analyze that whether that paper is relevant to your research or not. So you can feel that how using this 12 extension, I have created a personalized web web browser solution based on push technology that is working from me. I am not going to open it again and again. I'm just opening the page and all the extensions they have started working automatically. Besides this, there are two tools, Sci-Hub and LibGen, which you can use to search like almost 90% of papers you can get on Sci-Hub. So here also there is no need to open the Sci-Hub separately. I have already installed the extension. I will just click on this bird icon, and the moment I click on this bird icon, it will search. Almost 90% of papers, I think, they are available through this tool. Once I click on that, you see if that paper is available on that, it will open. So this was about the literature searching tools. After discussing about literature searching, the next process comes in research, that is literature review. When the papers that you have collected, you need to review that, like which paper is relevant to you, which paper is related to your research, and you need to mention in your PhD thesis or your research paper. So, but the biggest problem in literature review is that, like, whenever you do anything which is not mechanical, then there might be chances that you may escape some paper which is most relevant to your research area. Or you might find later that that work that you are doing upon, that has been already published. Being a researcher, you need to be very careful that your research is novel and that is not being carried somewhere. So this is a big problem. And in my first slide that I mentioned, that the overall objective of research is to place your knowledge or to link your research outcome in between the existing universe of knowledge. So that is the main objective of research process. So here I will suggest you three tools which are very useful for literature review: Citation Geeko, Litmaps, and Insightful. The overall purpose of these literature review tools is that you save your time, because research involves a lot of time in literature searching and literature review. But with the help of these tools, you can use any one of them. I will just demonstrate you. With the help of these tools, you need to collect a few number of papers, and through these few number of papers you can find that what papers are relevant for you. Like when you manually search information, there might be some papers that you would have missed. There are high chances when it is when you are doing on your own, but using these three tools you cannot miss any information. It will, and the information or the literature that you'll be using in your review, that will be related to your research topic or research area. So let's have some practical demonstration of these three tools. So the first tool that I mentioned, that is Citation Geeko. This is the basic interface of Citation Geeko. Now, before working on these tools, you need to create a list or metadata of few papers. Like suppose I'm working on library automation, okay? And on library automation, I have collected these 10 papers which are relevant to my research interest, research area that I want to use. So what we need to do before working on those three tools, we need to import my these 10 documents into BibTeX. How I will do? I will just select them, and then I will export. I've selected the format BibTeX, and remember to, whenever you are exporting the items from Zotero, remember to click on export notes, because then only the metadata like your title, author, volume number, DOI. DOI is very important for working on Citation Gecko, Lit Maths or Insightful, because using these DOI only, these three tools identify the papers and you can work on these platforms. So the first step, what I did, I am working on library automation. I collected 10 relevant papers which according to me are relevant to my research work. Then I'm exporting these documents into BibTeX format. Okay. So I've created there's a folder in my desktop lecture data. I've imported these 10 metadata in that and my item has been exported. Now I open my citation Gecko. Here you see it will give option of seed papers, of adding seed papers. What are these seed papers? These seed papers are the basic papers that manually I have selected and I find that these 10 papers are relevant to me. Now I will import those details of 10 papers that I had exported through Zotero. Okay, see all my 10 papers that I had added in Zotero that has been added here. These are my seed papers. Now just wait few seconds. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These 10 papers are there. All these 10 papers are related. Now, the moment you add your seed papers in Citation Gecko, what it will do? It will try to search on the basis of the references mentioned in these seed papers and try to build a link. That means there will be finally two dots, like these yellow dots that you are seeing. These yellow dots are paper that I have already added in my Zotero and that I added in these seed papers. Then you will be seeing some gray dots also. Gray dots are those papers which are relevant but you have missed to add. Just wait few seconds, it will generate the report. See, you are seeing two dots, yellow dots and gray dots. These are the yellow dots are the 10 papers and you can see the gray dots also. If you click on this, see, it will give you the detail. Now, suppose you find this paper as relevant, you can add it. It will also give you the option to delete from the seed paper. So likewise, think of the power of this tool. Like you came up with 10 papers in Citation Geeko, and from Citation Geeko, you are getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 more papers. Like with 10 papers, you are in total getting 19 papers which are relevant to your research area. So it is also a big help. Then similarly, you can use the other tools like Insightful. That is also, I'll just show you. Insightful is a very good tool, and I personally use this tool for my research purpose. And I will also recommend you to prefer this one. All these three tools have same purpose. So here again, never try to search on this search bar because its database is not that much powerful till now. So best option, best practice is that by going through importing BibTeX file. So here again I will import that BibTeX file that I had used in Citation Geeko. See, these are the 10 papers, seed papers that I have created on Zotero. You can see the mapping of these papers. If you click on that, it will show you the details of that paper. Besides this, it has the most powerful option of finding similar papers that I was talking about, recommendation feature like YouTube or Amazon. See, and it also gives you a similarity report, similarity index, basically it is called. Like this paper is most similar to my those 10 papers that I had added as seed papers. And suppose you find this paper as relevant, you can add it. You see, I have added this paper and that paper has been added. So now I have 11 seed papers. Suppose I added this one also. So 12 papers I have. Now out of the number of papers that I had added, that means 12 papers and the similar paper. It will also give you the list of important papers which are most likely related to your research area. You can find recent papers also, top most important recent papers also. So list of top authors, top institutions who are working, top journals. So you can think how much data you are getting through Insightful. And if you want, you can download the data in BibTeX format from here. So this was about the literature review tools. Now I'm taking things towards more higher level. You might have heard about artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, like we have natural intelligence, but through artificial intelligence, we make machines think like us. intelligence is injected into machines also, and machines, they start working like human intelligence. So this is the basic purpose of artificial intelligence. So many softwares have been developed based on artificial intelligence for literature review. You might say that what is the need of these tools? Why I need to use artificial intelligence tool for literature review? So let me show you an image of current literature review situation. Currently using keywords, you search information through internet. Okay. After searching the information, you have pile of papers for you. You start reading the abstracts, you filter those papers, and the month later you grow your beard. Maybe 1 year or 2 years have passed, and after completing 2.5 years, finally you publish a paper. So think how much time does it take using Citation Depot or Insightful. You can create a list of paper, but how you will know that which paper is most relevant to you? Like suppose through Citation Depot, I have compiled a list of 25 papers. So how to know that out of those 25 papers, which paper is mostly related or most significant to my research work? So that you can do through AI based literature review tools. So now you will ask that what this AI based tools, how does it carry literature review? So think of a washing machine. Like you put dirty clothes in that, and the moment you switch on the machine, it filters out the dirt and dust from your clothes, and you get fresh and dirt free clothes. So similarly, through artificial intelligence too, you search by keyword and you put those documents in a washing machine called artificial intelligence aided abstract. That means you make the system intelligent by adding some terms so that system can identify or filter information. And once you make that system intelligent, within few seconds or within an hour, you can find the most significant papers. So think of that how much time you took for literature review earlier and how much time does it save if you use these tools. So I have found 6 open source software which are based on artificial intelligence and that you can use for literature review. But I will personally suggest you to use either AS Review or Fast Read because these AS Review and Fast Read software, they run on local machine, and the remaining 4 software from serial number 3 to 6, that is cloud based, and they work in cloud based environment, and that is not safe because in most of these software I found that they give a time of certain days. After that, your data is deleted, or there is a clause in that they might use your data. They can share your data. So that is a big problem. And out of these 6, I will suggest number 1 and number 2. And out of these two, number 1 and number 2, AS Review and Fast Read, I will suggest AS Review again because in AS Review you have to add just 5 or 6 papers to make the system intelligent to rank your papers. But in fast read, sorry, you need to add 100 papers to make your system intelligent so that it can filter the information and give you the result. So I will just show you how the AS review works. Most of you would have heard the word of Python, not the snake. Python is basically a programming language, high level programming language. I won't go much into detail because then I think you will be afraid of this. So in order to work on AS review, first you need to download and install Python. It can be installed in all the machines, Mac OS, Linux and Windows. So depending on the OS that you are using, you download the Python. Okay. I'll just show you the step. It is very easy. Don't be afraid that I'm talking about very high programming language or something like that. First step of using AS Review or installing this is to download Python and install that. Then I'll just show you. If you want to install C, it gives you the guide for installing in Windows, Mac. I will just show you the installation for Windows because most of you perhaps would be using Windows version. So this is the step that you need to follow for installing AS Review. First install AS Review, then simply you have to give the command pip install AS Review. This is the command, and the moment you give this command, your AS Review AI based literature review tool that will be installed in your machine. Now after giving this command, just in your command prompt, you have to type AS Review Lab and your AS Review that will be open in a web browser to work. So only these three steps are there. First, download and install Python. Then open your command prompt and give the command pip install AS Review. And lastly, in order to work in AS Review, just type AS Review Lab. So since I have already installed this, I have Python in my system. I won't go into installation process. I will just show you the demo of ACE Review. I will open my command prompt, and since I have already installed this, now in order to open my ACE Review, I will give the command ACE Review Lab and press enter. It will take some time and it will be open in a separate web browser. So let it open. Meanwhile, for demonstration purpose, I have a data related to BCG vaccine. Okay. So what I have done through Web of Science, I have searched using the keyword BCG, BCG vaccine or Bacillus calmette urine vaccine. Okay. Using these three keywords and using ORGATE, I have downloaded the information from Web of Science database. You see this Excel file. So when I searched using the keyword, these three keywords, I found, you can see the total number of documents, that is 500. Yes, 500. Now tell me frankly, is it possible so that I go through all these 500 papers and find that which one is relevant to my research area? So it is a big problem, and that can be solved through ACE review tool. So let us see. Yes. Now ACE review is open. You see, this is the basic interface of ACE review. So first we need to create a project. By clicking on this plus icon, you see it gives the option to create a project. So I'll give my project name BCG vaccine. Okay. So my project is launched. Now I need to start my setup. What I will do, this Excel file that I had downloaded from Web of Science database that contains 500 information that I will just add here. You can drag and drop or click. See, my file has been added. I will click on upload, and the 500 documents that I had downloaded from the Web of Science database that has been added. I will just move to next. This is the most important step because we are doing this through a software, through a machine. How it can think like a human? So this is a step where we need to make my system intelligent so that the system knows something about BCG vaccine so that it can recommend me that this paper is relevant, this paper is irrelevant. So there are two options. Either you can click on search or you can click on random. When we click on random, it will randomly give you few papers out of this 500 documents, and it will ask you to go through the abstract and mark it as relevant or irrelevant. So for demonstration purpose, I'm going through the random option. So this is the paper and this is the abstract. You need to read the entire paper and then you have to decide. But here for demonstration purpose, I'll casually mark it like let it be irrelevant. I'll keep it relevant, relevant, make it irrelevant, again relevant. It will give you some papers. At least try to add 10 papers. See, the software randomly suggested me few papers, and out of that papers, I have marked 9 papers as relevant to my research area and 5 paper as irrelevant. Now my machine is very much intelligent. So now I will move to the next option, and now I will here there is no need to do anything. I will just click on finish. Now wait for some time and see the magic what it does. So here what it will do, on the basis of the 9 papers that I had marked relevant, 5 papers that I had marked irrelevant, it will rank the 500 papers. So now my report is ready. I will download the results. Yes, it has been downloaded. Let me open it. Yes. So see, two things are very important in this report. The first one, the first column that you are seeing, record ID. It is the record number or record position that it was mentioned in the output of Web of Science database. Okay. And in the last column, see this one. See this last column. It gives AS review ranking. This is the main work of AS review. See, on the basis of the knowledge that you fed in the software, it has ranked your papers according to its relevance. And now it depends on you. Like according to your requirement, you can take 15 or 20 papers, and these 20 papers will be those papers which will be most relevant to your research area, and you can never miss any paper which is relevant to you, because I personally felt like when you submit your research paper in a very good journal, their first comment is that you have carried the literature review of this period, but you have missed an important paper. So there are a high chances, if you don't use this software, that some paper you will be going to miss that. So I will suggest you to use this tool for your research, and it will save your time also. So thank you for being a good listener, and I hope that these tools will be beneficial for you in your research area. And I also expect that you use these tools and take advantage at its optimal for your research work. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mayank. I think your session is really wonderful, and definitely it will help all the participants to explore more about the different literature and also how to review them properly. And the another tool which you demonstrated, that artificial intelligence. So all these three, really, it is wonderful to see, and I'm 100% sure that it is going to be very, very useful for all the viewers, and especially those who are directly involved with the research, writing or preparing the research proposal. So it will benefit them a lot. So now, with your kind permission, shall we open the session for question and answer?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much. Now, one question I am getting from Miss Madhuri. She is asking, sir, how to prepare bibliographic data for ASR review if all collected reference material are in Mendeley software. If I don't have access to collect bibliographic data from Web of Science or Scopus.
So it's not a big problem. Like if you have your data in Mendeley software, you can export that data in CSV format, and by default, AS review that expects that you can add data in CSV format only. So you just need to export that. That will work anytime. But the problem is that even if you use Mendeley, you will have a limited number of papers. Like you cannot add all the papers. The potential that Google Scholar or Scopus or uh, Web of Science it has. So in that case, if you don't have access to Web of Science or Scopus database, I will suggest you to use Google Scholar. And for searching Google Scholar, you can use Publish or Paris software, or you can use Dimension software. From that, you can download the bibliographic information, because there is a limitation to that when you will personally, when you are going to add information.
Thank you, Dr. Mayank. Next question, it's very basic, but I will just display on the screen. How to share my research article on Google Scholar? Would you like to answer this?
Uh, like for sharing your papers on Google Scholar, I told you to create a Google Scholar profile, and in that profile, there are two options. Either Google Scholar automatically that will search for your paper and it will add it, or you can manually add your paper in your Google Scholar profile. So when you will be adding your paper in your Google Scholar profile, you can share that paper. That is the best option, because it will also give you the reports of citation, which is very important. Because when you write a paper, we want to find that how many people cite my research. So that is the best approach that I will suggest.
Okay, next question is from that can we use these literature review tools to measure the quality of research? This is RT Kuno FF.
Actually, these literature review tools, they don't have much depth till now, and it will take some time. So I don't think that they can be used at this moment of time to measure the quality of research. They can be just used to find or seek information, because it gives recommendation. Similarity paper index is there. So for this information, you can use these tools. But at this moment, these tools are not that much powerful, because they don't index many of the databases. So that is the problem. On the basis of metadata only, they work.
Okay. So I hope the answer is received by the questioner. Another question is from Mr. Mahendra Kumar Sahu, though his question is in three part. Can PubMed database support as review tool?
Yes,
Please.
you can download the data from the PubMed and export here.
Okay, okay. So I cannot see any other question from the participants. Still, if you have any question, you can float in the chat box, and that will be taken by the Dr. Mayank, and he will answer. Or else you can directly mail the question to me, and later I will forward him, and whenever he gets time to, he will definitely answer. So if there is any more question, it is welcome. You can just float the question. I can receive so many good comments about this session. It's a wonderful session, very informative session. Obviously, means there is no doubt that this session has been wonderful, and definitely it will help many researcher to explore the tools, and also they will reach to the conclusion in a very effective way. They will definitely bring some good output of their research. I am getting another question from Dr. Isappa Bandi. Can we can we get the most relevant literature using these tools based on keywords?
Yes, yes. It is the only main purpose of these literature review tools, just to find the most relevant papers. And that's why
I
you will find additional features like similarity index, which you
I think
won't
you
find.
demonstrated also. You demonstrated also the same. Yeah, Dr. Mank, you were saying something. Please go ahead.
So, so these tools are the only tools which give the information like similarity index, and that is the biggest information which no any search engine currently gives.
Okay.
So you can use it for your research purpose.
Okay. The last question from Mr. Sanmati Kumar Jitendra Jain. Is it possible to configure Jotero to search Sci-Hub?
Practically, it is not feasible right now. But for using Sci-Hub, you can use the Google Chrome extension. That is the best option you need to do.
Okay. So thank you very much for the questions from the participant side. I hope they have satisfied themselves with the queries and also with the session. And it is really wonderful to be interactive all the time. And I will again request all the participants whenever you are in session. So please keep your questions ready so that it will also be helpful for the speaker to answer quickly. So what will be means output? It is completely up to the researcher now because they have to use. And I think all the three tools, whatever for the three different purposes, Dr. Mank has demonstrated. So it is really going to be very helpful. So now I'm really thankful to Dr. Mank for taking his finding his valuable time and being with us today in this virtual session and delivering talk on the smart searching and review tool for researcher and also accepting the invitation. I'm also thankful to all the participants to be for being so interactive during the session and also giving their input. So may I request Dr. Mayank your final message to all the researchers? How do you suggest to get the best output or what will be your final message? Then we'll proceed for the conclusion of the session.
Thank you, sir. I will just tell you only one message that we are living in an era of smart generation where we are working with smartphones, smart TV. So we need to be smart enough to work in this era. Talking about research, I already mentioned earlier, like huge amount of public money is involved, and there's always the chances of duplication, like the topic or the research that you are doing, someone might do on that topic. So in this race, you need to be ahead of the times, and using these tools, you can save your time and you can enhance your search experience, and you can also train others to use these tools for searching, because most of the researchers they face a great problem in searching information. And I hope that with these tools, not only you but you can guide other fellows for a greater research experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mayank, for your final message. And I think definitely they will, we all will follow as a researcher whenever we write any research proposal or research writing and compile our research for the better output. Definitely these tools will help everyone. And I am thankful to all the participants to for being with us in this session. Tomorrow again we will meet at the same time 2 p.m. and tomorrow we will be having session by Professor Dinesh Kumar Gupta sir. So till then, please take care of yourself, your family, stay safe, stay healthy, and follow all the guidelines to stay protected. So once again, thank you all. Thank you very much for being in this session. We'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Thanks to Dr. Mayank for joining us, and we will collaborate in future as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.